Hey everybody, it's Merkle, and today we're on the beta again, and in this video I'm going to explain some really awesome stuff to you. It was discovered a couple weeks back, and unfortunately, even though I was asked to come along with the process of farming these things at the very beginning, that was during the time that I was still moving and settling down and a lot of other stuff, and I couldn't join them, and it felt really bad, but I'm glad that I got all the up-to-date information that I could, and I'm going to try and make this video as accurate as possible because this is really, I'm serious, this is important that you get these things early on, you can make a lot of money. So let's get into it. Now, the thing that I'm going to be discussing in this video is the Naz'jatar Blood Serpent, and I will put a picture on the screen somewhere. You will see it. It is one of the secret mounts in Battle for Azeroth. The secret was discovered on beta for whatever reason. They usually don't put secrets in PTR and beta and stuff like that, so it's a kind of shocking that it was even available to happen, right? That it's on the beta. But anyways, the way this is obtained is similar to Alani. Many of you probably know what Alani is. He is the Veil of Eternal Blossom mount. He's the rare spawn that flies around, and you collect 10 sky shards to then create an item which lets you tag Alani and you can kill him. Everybody in your group receives Alani. It's just a really cool mount, right? And this mount is obtained in a sort of similar way. There's a secret method to obtaining it, but it's also an object which you collect multiple of. In this case, they're called Abyssal Fragments. Now, these are extremely rare. And if you notice it, look at that item right there. It does not have a soulbound tag. It doesn't even have any kind of tag. I could post this on the auction house. I even tried. I went and tested it to see if it's possible to post on the auction house. And sure enough, in the original group when they collected all 20, they found 2 on the auction house. People didn't know what it was, so they just threw it on the auction house. So this is completely tradable. It's like a sky shard. You need 20 of them to create the item which you use to then kill the rare spawn. But the secret isn't part of that. I'll show you that at the end of the video. Anyways, let's talk more about the Abyssal Fragment. So, you need 20 of them. Completely tradable. Extremely rare. And by extremely rare, I mean I spent probably 10 hours killing NPC that is confirmed to drop this. So, the only known NPC confirmed completely is the Abyssal Eels. They are located in Stormsong. So, way up here in Stormsong, along this beach. Lots and lots of Abyssal Eels. And I pulled them in pretty massive pulls. Like, you see here, I'll just run up and get a bunch of aggro, and then I get a bunch of aggro. Try and get a whole bunch of them. And they respawn quickly. They're on like one of those quick death respawn timers, so if it dies, the faster it dies, the quicker they'll respawn and stuff. I pulled fairly large packs. Quite a lot. Kill them quickly, and then we move on. Now, it's not 100% that nothing else can drop it. It's just this is the only confirmed NPC that can drop it. So I spent pretty much 10 hours running along this beach, massacring. I even killed the Naga, right? I would pull them in big groups too. I killed everything. But the main NPC I was trying to hunt was Abyssal Eels. However, I think that it has to drop in some other location. It would be a little rough if Horde are intended to farm on this beach. Right? It's kind of hard for a Horde NPC or a Horde player to get here and farm on this beach peacefully and stuff like that. So I can imagine these must drop somewhere else at some point, right? They believed that people were talking about receiving some over there in Zandalar. A couple, not exactly sure what location, but they said that they heard reports of people getting a couple of the shards over in Zandalar too. So this is likely dropped extremely rarely by multiple NPCs. It's noted though, if you get one, don't just trash it. This looks like a piece of junk, obviously. If I had any recommended suggestions, one, I would increase this to epic quality, just like the sky shards are, because this right now, I wouldn't know what this is, nor would I care. I would think it was a quest item that I accidentally forgot I still had if I looked at it, and I would trash it. You understand? This does not look like something you want to keep. So, if somebody sees this at all, please change the quality of this to epic so it at least looks like it's something worth keeping. Number 2, I would recommend increasing the drop rate. Because one of the individuals, by the way, the entire initial group will be in the description, all their names. It's all credit to them. They did an amazing job, and I'm sorry that I couldn't join you. I would have loved to. I really would have. But anyways, the initial group said they spent 3 to 4 hours of farming to get all 20, right? So 3 to 4 hours, and I spent 10 and I could only receive 1. They kind of said they think the drop rate was nerfed because he joined me while I farmed the beach, and he said, if you were pulling like this for 10 hours and you're telling me you only got 1, you must have either been really unlucky or it was severely nerfed. Because maybe it wasn't intended to be found on the beta, honestly. Maybe they thought nobody would get 20 shards, so hey, whoops, Blizzard. Nonetheless, though, keep these. Keep these, very important. I could honestly see them being worth 100k each on the auction house. Not even kidding. Collectors will pay a lot for the mount. It's just how collectors are. They gotta have everything. So if you get one of these early on, do not dispose of it. You may get it anywhere. You may not necessarily get it here, but if you're here, it's believed that the first shard seems to drop more frequently, because that seemed to be the case for me as well. So I got my first shard on 2 hours, right? And then I didn't get another one for 8 more hours, and I finally gave up. I just said 10 hours and I can't get 2. This is going to be a long grind for 20 shards. So the first shard is believed to drop more frequently because the same thing happened for them. Their first shard was obtained rather rapidly, and then the other ones took a long, long time. So, yeah, if you get one, don't dispose of it. Now, let's continue. How you get this mount. Once you've finally gotten all 20 shards, I'm going to show you here. Can't get exact, detailed footage, but I will show you the locations you got to go, all the fun stuff you got to do, and the boss fight that occurs. One of the fellas that was in the initial group sent me some footage of them fighting it, so I'll voice over it and stuff. I was actually there for one of the fights because it bugged. But anyways, let's get into it. So here we are at stop numero uno, and the way you get here is you have to come over to here. Now, currently on the beta, you don't need any... I'm getting pushed around here. Any kind of quest complete to actually reach here. You just swim across and climb up the mountain. There are lots of NPCs here. Potential droppers, because they have... There was a theory by the fellow I was talking to. He said that he thinks maybe the fragment is dropped by anything with the name Abyss in it. And considering the location, as well as the fact that most monsters here have Abyssal in their name, it's possible that they dropped them here too, but they said they had the best drop rate over here at Fort Dallin with the Abyssal Eels. So, don't know. We'll see in the future as more information comes out. Anyways, after you've reached this location, you're going to see these waterfalls here. Right, there's a tentacle sticking up here, tentacle here, and this waterfall is actually not just a waterfall. You can actually go inside of it. So this is where you go. The Sepulcher of the Abyss. Or Sepulcher? I don't know. Sepulcher of the Abyss, and once you have 20 fragments, you can combine them together at this Altar of the Abyss. It's required you be at this location, so it's not just like Alani where you can just click them and boom, they combine together. You have to come specifically to the Altar of the Abyss and combine them together. It's going to give you another item, which I will pop up on your screen here, and you can read it. This item is what you use to summon the NPC, the Abhorrent Essence of the Abyss. Alright, now we're at the final location after you obtain the Abhorrent Essence. And as you can see, it's right here where Warfang Hold is. We have to go past all of these Horde NPCs, and it's inside of this cave, strangely enough. But let's get past these little NPCs here. Not too far into the cave. You're gonna turn here. Come down this direction. This annoying NPC. When I was helping him during one of the kills, he just would not stop interrupting. You can see over in the distance a little thing. Hidden. Okay, clear out all those NPCs, get down here. And then voila, we are at the location. You can see here the Abyssal Icon. It says requires abhorrent essence of the abyss, and you would be able to interact with it. It's going to put a purple aura on your character, which covers you in abyssal residue. And if you happen to fail, you're supposed to interact with the skeleton, and it allows you to, once again, attempt the fight. The reason that he couldn't do it is this has been updated. And I'm going to cut to a video here. You're going to see them fighting. I'll kind of speed that up and stuff. But you can see the fight. This wasn't there before. It's changed a little bit. And a lot of this has. So he thinks that the reason being is maybe his residue is outdated because they've changed the skeleton and everything. So he can no longer interact and summon it. Or unfortunately, I was going to show you the fight live with him summoning and everything. And it doesn't work anymore. So after you kill that creature, you can loot it, and only the person who has collected all 20 shards is capable of getting the mount. That's why they're going to be so expensive. It's going to be a very limited supply, super rare item. You need 20 of it, and then only one person currently gets the mount. Pretty crazy secret. Anyways, I hope this was useful. Feel free to ask anything in the comments. I will try and answer everything if I haven't covered in here. A lot of the stuff is still very small information. I absolutely intend to make a video on this when it comes to live and stuff, but just really wanted to make sure that if you see these in your inventory at any point, keep them. They're really special and really valuable. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you again real soon. Bye-bye.